So again, problems are anything that can prevent the business from continuing. Being kicked off your payment processor is a problem. Having a backlog of 17 estimates is a problem. Being booked 3 weeks out and people don't want to pay your diagnostic because they don't want to wait 3 weeks for you to give them a price. That's a problem. Yeah, one of your handyman taking a crap in the water reservoir of a dickhead customer's toilet. That's a problem. It's happened. Opportunities are things that will make you more money, right? Like, for example, hey, maybe we should sell decks, or maybe we should do commercial. Maybe we should do some government contracts. Maybe we should sleep with as many realtors as possible so they give us referrals. That was a Drunken Peter suggestion. Yeah, I was like, those are opportunities. Okay. The payoff is unknown. It's not proven. What you're going to find out is fixing problems. It's concrete. I know if I fix that problem, I will continue to make money. What's funny about opportunities is the payoff is unknown, and there is a very real risk of us investing time and effort and money into something that won't get us paid. Agreed? So step one is anytime you have an idea or something is requesting your time, I want you to first label it as a problem or an opportunity. Opportunities will go on your opportunity list, and we'll look at them once a month and decide what we're going to pull onto your plate. Right? What I found is when you're a solo operator like you, it's best that 80% of our time is spent fixing problems and 20% of our time chasing opportunities, new developments, right? But here's the thing. This is what the reason why I'm able to move so fast in, for example, with this challenge company, building what is now going to be a $3 million organization in the space of a year, when your average contract, like 90% contractors never get above 2 million. Why? Yeah. How am I able to do that? Because I already know where every fucking problem is from 0 to 15 million and when it's going to show up and what to do about it. Right. The reason why we move so slowly, and so what, it doesn't matter the industry we get involved in. What'll happen is our growth will flatline where we no longer know immediately how to solve a problem. Right. So anyway, ideally, talking as a serial seasoned entrepreneur that has a crazy ton of failures under his belt, the prudent way to go about this is to get your business to a point where you don't have problems anymore. And then you go to your opportunities list and start pulling those onto your plate. But that takes discipline, and most people have no interest in being disciplined. They're more interested in being comfortable and being entertained. But that doesn't get you rich. That truly doesn't make you free. So step one, anytime there's a demand on your time, in a split second, you define this. Is this a problem or is this an opportunity? And if it's an opportunity, it goes on your list. And if that person requires an immediate response from you, you say, hey, I need time and space to think about this. I'll get back to you. And if they push you, then you say the answer is no. That's your default answer. Fuck you. I'm sorry. No. Okay. So now moving to step 2. Now we need to know, is this urgent or is this important? Okay. That's step 2. And it's not a separate list. It's your same fucking list, like a Kanban board. You know what a Kanban board is? So I'll show you what a Kanban board is in just a moment. But yeah, think of it as everything that's a demand of your time goes into a hopper called your to-do list. And it doesn't leave your to-do list and get executed unless it's classified. Like what first goes into what Kirk must do are important problems. And then once those are knocked out, then it's what are the urgent problems? I always prioritize what's important over the urgent. The urgent can always wait, right? For example, let's say I had it comes down to just being able to determine what you can put on the back burner takes time. But the point I'm trying to get at is we always take care of our problems first before we go after our opportunities. And we always prioritize the important over the urgent. Nothing is so important. Nothing's life or death. Nothing is. So you may think it's urgent, but it's still going to be there tomorrow morning. So make sure the important is taken care of first, then the urgent. And we take care of our problems first, like a robot, before the opportunities. And then as the third step when you're planning your day. So every night I sit down and I look at my list of problems and I look at my time available in the day and I slot problems to time, right? And if there's any time left in the day, then I'll look at my opportunities list and then pull something off that. If I want to spend the energy, sometimes I'm like, I'm actually kind of cool with having an 8-hour day today. I'm not going to put 16 in today because I'm kind of burning out. Right. Right. So here's something I learned in the Army. Fatigue tends to make cowards of men. In other words, when you're tired, you make decisions differently than when you have a full tank of gas. And so that's why whenever we're addressing the important, we need a full tank of gas. We can half-ass what's urgent, but not what's important. Does that make sense? So then now the third step, getting into the third step in this is the daily discipline. Right? And so what we do is number one is we slot problems to time available in the day. If no problems, we look at the most high probability opportunities. What do I mean by that? Remember, there's always a risk that an opportunity isn't going to pay out. So now you got to look at this like a gambler, and you're gambling. You are gambling. You're speculating with your time and your money. Most people don't think about your time. And so I only want you making bets that have high probability of return. Not necessarily right now, but at least a high probability of return. Okay. And ignore the ones that you don't know shit about. And here's the thing. If you can't readily figure out the success percentage, you don't know enough about the opportunity. Don't do it. That's how you get fucked. That's how you get overextended. Okay. So then number 3, I want you to prioritize the most important and least enjoyable activities first in the morning when you have the fullest tank of gas. Right? That way, you don't spend the entire day fucking avoiding this problem that you really don't want to solve. And then you get to 3:00 in the day and when you hit the 3:00 wall and you're like, fuck it, I don't have the mental energy for this. I'll deal with it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And here is the problem with that. When you ignore important problems, they become more severe with time. Right?
Right.
So this is my 3-step framework for how I manage my calendar. It's how I'm able to get done the crazy amount of shit I get done. And here's the thing. You can't be like Kirk, we can't expect you to be an effective manager of other people until you can manage and lead yourself.
Right.
Right. And most people don't want to hear that. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. But here's the good news. Once you're able to master yourself, other people's easy because you don't feel the pain. You can just look at this dispassionately. You ask yourself, what would Lane say here? And then, soften a little bit. Because I go through this process not only for myself, but also for my direct reports. You can call that micromanaging, but until an employee shows me the emotional and professional maturity to be able to manage themselves with this framework, I do it for them.
Yeah, I really like the prioritizing the most important, however, least enjoyable activities first in the morning, because I just tend to, you know, put them off till the next day indefinitely.
Yeah, no. After the important. Okay. This comes first. Oh, sorry. This is first. This is first. This is after problems, and only if you can afford to lose the time and money. Right?
Great.
So this is I don't even know what to call this. Productivity. No, I hate the word productivity. Uh Resource management. I don't know. You tell me what we should call this framework.
I don't know. I just screenshotted what
Yeah.
you wrote here, and I'll make something up out of it.
The tree, yeah, time triage. There we go. Time
Okay.
triage framework. Right.
Besides from Google Calendar, do you use another app to,
No,
I think you mentioned Bant or something like that, to make a list of,
I
No.
just use a spreadsheet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Guys, I have stuff on my opportunities list from like 2016.
I thought you were about to say 20 years ago.
Yeah. Well, no. Eventually I strike stuff off of it, but it's amazing what happens. And when you have an opportunity, and here's another rule. No 1 day old opportunities. Always sleep a day on an opportunity. And it's amazing how less sexy it looks the next day. And if you can wait a full 90 days, a full quarter before addressing an opportunity, it's amazing how many of those ideas look fucking retarded with 90 days of distance.
Well, because future Kirk or future Lane knows better than
Exactly.
current Kirk.
Yeah. So respect future Kirk and allow future Kirk to be the one that evaluates your opportunities. Current
Yeah.
Kirk fixes the problems.
Yeah, current Kirk is an idiot.
No, current Kirk's not an idiot. Stop saying that about yourself. Oh, Lord. You know who is an idiot? Vladimir Putin committing like 80% of his fucking army into like and putting it through a meat grinder in eastern Ukraine and demonstrating to all of NATO that basically a second world country with a third-rate military could bring Russia to its knees. That was smart.
I have no clue. I'm not even looking at politics and or the war over there. I don't really care.
No, I know. I was just drawing a anyway.
It is the drones. Yeah, I have heard that. I heard that they're attaching like bombs to drones and literally just
Hilarious.
droning the Russian military.
No, but looking through this framework, imagine if Vladimir Putin had the discipline to have been like, I really want to invade Ukraine, but we're going to sleep on this for 90 days.
I feel like most first world countries have leadership that's completely atrocious.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. So the point I'm trying to make, and here's another rule is with opportunities, do not execute opportunities less than a day old. All right. Prefer to icebox all opportunities until the next quarter. And what I mean by that is evaluate your opportunity list quarterly if the cost is just evaluate it quarterly.
You said monthly at first, but like once a month.
No, I know, because you're going to want to do it monthly, but when you get super disciplined about this, like you're going to train yourself to be like, you know what, I can wait on this till quarter. So evaluate your monthly, but eventually push to quarterly. And what that's going to do with your free time. So with your free time, do not start an opportunity, but rather honestly, but rather forecast future problems and solve those. That's when you're hitting like S tier entrepreneur.
Yeah, I noticed myself on my free time, I would think of opportunities. I get bored and I come up with all these great ideas, and this whole shiny object syndrome kind of kicks in and then lasts for a day or so and then goes away. So I think this is a very good principle to have.
Yeah, it's gonna keep you out of a lot of trouble, fellas. And here's
I
the
wasn't
thing. What's that?
I wasn't expecting this on a project management call, but this is good.
Right on. Well, it's going to become project management because here's the deal. I want you to spend the next 3 months disciplining yourself to do this. And then after that, you'll be qualified to teach and hold your team accountable to do this as well for themselves.
Right.
And so then you'll get to the point where I am with Peter, where at the end of the day, Peter gives me an accounting of the problems he solved today and the problems he's solving tomorrow. Basically a justification of how he's going to spend his time. And we have a really well-run handyman. Would I do this with your techs in the field? No. But with your management? Yes. The techs in the field just do what they're told.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh says it's the drones. All right, guys, I'm gonna turn off the recording. But I think this was a really good session.